And welcome to SpinTV's coverage of the 2019 Kiss the Sky Open presented by Discmania. We are going to be covering the second round here today, and we are in beautiful Aspen, Colorado for the 24th installment of this event. We've got some exciting players for you. We got Tyler Liebman, who has continued to make lead card from Fort Collins, Colorado. We got Eagle McMahon from Boulder, Colorado. And we have Joe Rovere, who's from Lafayette, Colorado. And then the new addition to the card is going to be Kyle Griffin, and he's from Wellington, Colorado, which is the new home of Discmania USA. So we're going to start off hole one, very simple hole, straight downhill, 288 feet. Really, you just want to put this disc inside the circle. The wind plays tricks. Mike, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to watch some good golf.
So the scores are pretty close going into this round. And we have Kyle Griffin and Eagle McMahon that shot 7 down in the first round, and we have Tyler and Joe Rovere who shot 9 down. So they have the lead by 2 going into this. These guys are looking to make some corrections off the last round. And Joe looks like he left that out a little bit, and he's going to have a tricky putt. And here's the newcomer to the card. Discmania-sponsored player Kyle Griffin, who is really good. I mean, he already has a win this season out in Fort Collins, and he's looking to make a name for himself.
That was a great opening drive.
Yep. Eagle with some trickery.
Cool. Looks like he's going to have some fun.
He's ripping on an MD5.
He's going to be right there.
Yeah, good reaction out of the ground. And the wind has picked up, and it is a little bit more windy today than it was during Saturday's round. Oh, boy.
Joe thought he had that one.
There we go. An eagle with the opening birdie. It always feels good to make that circle's edge putt to start off your round.
You shake off some of those first hole jitters.
Kyle taking his time, lining this up, and he got Aspen, as they call it.
Just a bit low. That's
how
you want to start off.
Oh, yeah.
With a drop in.
So we have 2 birdies, 2 pars as they move on to hole number 2. This is slightly downhill. It does slope from right to left. The one mistake that you don't want to make is leaving yourself too far to the left and letting the stability of the disc control your shot. You really want to keep yourself to the right-hand side. You can see that slight ante that he put on that disc to get it to kind of not turn too far to the left.
It looks to be about circle's edge.
I think Eagle's going to throw his MD5 on every hole this front 9. And just a touch low, he's going to leave himself outside of circle 1. He's going to have to test his putter once again.
I assume Joe's going putter here. And that doesn't look like he committed to that one.
Nope, that is going to go way too far to the left, and that's just a tough putt from down there. You can certainly give it a run because you're throwing it uphill there. And Kyle knew it out of his hand that he was going to be left as well.
So is Kyle throwing lefty and righty shots as well?
He could be. I didn't take notice.
I think he putted lefty.
Huh. I'll have to pay attention to that. Yeah, Joe got it up there, but not happy with that bid. Yeah, he did putt left-handed. That's impressive. There's only one other guy that I know that does that, throws righty and putts lefty. Kevin Lebowski.
One of our locals.
Eagle with a great putt. There we go.
That's the kind of basket catch we want to see.
Yeah, we don't want to see that happen to Tyler again today. In the first round, Tyler had quite a few discs that went right through the chains and/or bounced right back out. I think everybody did, but it seemed like it was hurting Tyler more than anybody else. Now, Joe not going to be happy with another par.
Now, you know Joe wants to start off birdie.
Absolutely. So now we're moving on to one of the more interesting holes on the course. It kind of feels like Oregon golf. You got these big trees with a tight tunnel sloping away at the green, so the green is fast. And boy, does that look okay. It's just low. He's going to be right outside of circle, I think, for that.
Great line at the basket, just a little low.
Eagle working on his step here. Definitely throwing a P2. A little bit low. Got a bit of a skip.
Good ground. Good action.
Really good groundwork there. I mean, really the play is to throw something stable on a slight anhyzer and let it really work its way back to the basket. Joe's showing you a textbook how it's done. Ooh. A fast skip. I told you that was a fast green.
You see Joe there. He finally committed to a shot, and it was a great throw. Just some ground action he wasn't looking for.
Yep. And Kyle with a good-looking shot out of his hand. It just needs to get stable. Yeah, fast green.
Inside the circle, though.
Yeah, he's gonna have an inside the circle putt. So we'll see what he can do with that. That was a half layup, half bid. I don't think Eagle will lay up here. You don't see that very often.
Not a typical miss.
No, he usually hits something.
There you go, Joe.
Yeah, with a good step putt. Joe's going to put that in. And some relief. He did not want to miss that to go 3 pars in a row on what are potentially the 3 birdie holes back to back to back that you want to get. Kyle with a good birdie.
Looks like we're going to get 2 birdies and 2 pars on this hole.
And that's not too bad. It can be one of the trickier holes. Now, this is a 267-foot hole. A lot of people will play it straight at it or go to the right of the gondola pole. And it's just, it's a hole that you look at and you say, I have to get the birdie here. But it is super elusive because it's so easy to go deep.
Looks like Joe's going with just a straight backhand hyzer.
Looked like a perfect distance. It didn't look like he gave that too much.
Kyle's going to follow Joe's line.
Good shot, but as you can see, you've got a lot of ground action, and it rolled away probably 2 circles edge, if not a little bit outside.
He's got a little bit of work left to do.
Tyler prefers the straight route. You just got to avoid being right in the middle of that group of trees. But he should have an open putt. I don't think that he's going to be obstructed where he can't get a run at it, but you are putting downhill from there as well. So it's just tricky. Eagle flirting with that right side.
A little bit right. You know Eagle's going to be giving it a good bid from there.
Yeah, it's uphill. You can tell how disappointed he is, though, with that shot. He's used to throwing darts at holes like this. Oh.
A little bit right side.
Yeah, that was a putt that'll probably stick 40% of the time, I want to say. Oh my gosh. You got to be deadly accurate with these baskets. You got to hit it in the center flat and soft is what I was told.
Aspen.
Yeah, just a little bit low. Joe, as we said, off the tee it looked good. He had good control, and Joe's going to walk away with a birdie. Eagle's rolling up the sleeves here. He says, I've had enough.
Coming in lead card, you want to see more than one birdie on that hole.
Yeah, hole number 5 we move on to here, 240 feet. There's 2 plays. A lot of people are going to take the flick route over to the left-hand side, let it come into the basket. You can go right up the gut. And Joe knows that he left that way out to the left. He's going to have almost no putt at the basket. I like the center play. You can fight through those trees, and even if you do get knocked down by those trees, you still have a decent look at the basket. You can see Kyle trying to play that Anheuser line in there, and he's going to play some Plinko and drop down. Yeah,
puts it right there.
Yeah, he's 20 feet from the basket. Now, this is more the traditional forehand shot. He's going to go deep, though, and he'll be putting back at the basket open, but he put himself outside of the circle.
So far, we've seen 3 different shots.
Yeah, Eagle went with the MD5 flick yesterday. He's doing the more straight line today and hoping to punch through there. Looks like he's just on the edge of that high stuff. Let's see how tricky this putt is.
That was a very accurate putt.
Very aggressive.
Yes, very aggressive as well.
Tyler has a good look at it, but he never really gave it a chance. He was trying to avoid the tree on the right.
Great comeback putt for the par.
Yeah, this is one hole that you do not want to get a bogey on, so I'm sure Eagle was happy that that dropped into the bottom. Kyle with a fantastic birdie. Again, a little bit surprising to see, some of the best players in Colorado missing some of these easy holes.
They're short but tricky.
I guarantee you at home it's very difficult to understand what the wind is playing and the slopes of the green are playing. The course looks reasonably basic, yet it is extremely difficult. Another hole, as you can see the flag blowing here, is right in the open, but you really have to push it way out to the right and let that wind take it back up the hill. If you end up putting it too high, that wind just carries it all the way to the left side of the basket with it giving you a death putt. You can see it happening right there, but I think he's going to be close enough.
I think he played the wind really well on that shot.
Yep. Joe, unfortunately, that's going to lift, and it's going to go. You can see what I mean. He's going to put himself at circle's edge with a death putt into a headwind downhill, and just not where you want to be.
This looks like a good angle.
Yeah, decent. He's still got a tricky putt. You can see how much the wind's blowing, but he's in pretty good shape. Eagle going straight at it, but
that seemed like a bit of a misrelease there.
Yeah, he does not want to be up there.
He's not going to be happy with that.
No, Kyle had played a great shot there. I think you can see Kyle's disc the closest to the basket up there, so he's got the best chance at the birdie here.
Eagle's giving us a go. High and left.
It stayed there, which was good. Yeah, Joe's not happy with the baskets right now.
He's having some struggles with these baskets.
Great putt by Tyler. So Tyler and Kyle were pretty close. Yeah, with really good drives, and you can see the result. Eagle and Joe are going to par this out, and Kyle and Tyler end up getting their birdies.
I feel like that's a good average for a foursome on this hole, even though it seems like it's right there.
For a hole that's under 300 right in front of you with nothing in the way. And that's what the average is, you know. So hole number 7's a par 3. Again, uphill. It is tucked trickly into these woods here. You have a couple of spots that if you land on the tee box, you are not going to get a putt off. You just have no way to the basket. But, you know, really you just want to leave it right in front of the basket there, as accurate as you can. Right or left, you kind of get tricky.
He's right there. He's just got a couple of trees to deal with.
Probably a straddle putt. You know, he's going to have to straddle out. And with all these missed putts and this kind of stuff, you've got Tyler is leading this thing at 12 down, and Joe is he's wanting to mount a comeback here. You know, he needs to string together some good shots. Eagle at 9 down right now. I mean, he is 3 back from everybody, and he's just throwing some fun shots. I was fortunate.
He's going to have a putt.
It was fortunate because he would have been to the right behind those trees with absolutely no access to the basket.
Eagle wants to connect with this. And it sticks.
Ooh. And
the look on his face said that it wasn't gonna.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the best opportunity that we've seen for a star frame here. So Kyle connecting. He gets his birdie. A good drive. Tyler, again, he's right there. These guys are 15 feet away, so they should be able to put this away.
Looks like Joe's going to clean up, and we're going to have a star frame.
Pending anything horrible happening. There we go. So we do. We have a star frame, and we're going to move over to hole number 8. Hole number 8, straight uphill. The last third of this green is extremely steep, and you do have rollaways. You got to find a soft patch of grass to land your disc in, and/or throw a flick that's going to really dig into the hill the right way. Little bit short out of Kyle. That's going to be a tough putt. You really need to be inside the circle on this.
This looks like a good shot.
Ooh.
Tapping.
Yeah, very good. Tyler's saying, I'm not going to lose this lead. I'm going to keep rolling with it.
Tyler's feeling good right now.
Yeah. He is. He's a smooth player. His form is fantastic. It doesn't look like he's giving too much effort. Joe left this a little low, but he got up there. And here's what you expect. Oh, wow. It doesn't even look like he threw it. And I said this last round coverage, was that he just steps up and puts a little flick on it, and that is a really tough shot. That's a far distance to get a flick up on that hill, and it's just effortless.
He makes it look absolutely effortless.
Yeah.
And Joe needed that.
Yeah, look at him. He's so relieved. So we're going to have 3 birdies, and Kyle unfortunately left himself down far enough on that hill that he didn't have a very good opportunity for the birdie, but he'll tap in his par. Eagle did that on the last round too. It was the exact same shot. So he's got that hole dialed in. Now it's time to get the rest of them dialed in. Hole number 9, tough downhill. This is where you're starting to shape a shot. You got to avoid the chairlift on the right-hand side, obviously. You want to keep it nice and low, and then there is one tree by the basket that you really don't want to get behind.
Ooh.
Oh, boy, Tyler.
Just as you were talking about, Steve, the chairlift.
Yeah, that's what you got to avoid. In previous years, they had the tee box up underneath the chair lifts there, so really it brought it into play. They moved the tee box over to the left here to give the player a bit of more of an advantage in a better throw. Joe showing you the traditional route, getting it to skip towards the basket, which was good. Maybe a little bit short.
Yeah.
He is not satisfied with his play right now. Oh, just missing the chairlift.
You can see the wind playing with the disc.
And he left himself right behind the tree, which is, you either want to go a little deep of that or a little bit before it's where you have a look. Oh, no. Really difficult up and down coming from Kyle. He's got a lot in his way. Hopefully he has a small gap that he can find to get to the basket. That looks low out of Tyler. He put himself right behind the only tree next to the basket, too.
Right by Eagles Drive there behind that tree.
Putting lefty with the Guardian line, trying to keep it close.
So he wasn't in that bad of a spot, really.
No, he actually ended up pretty good. That's where you don't want to be.
That's going to be an unfortunate
Yeah, look at the eagle. There's an eagle growing out of that tree. All right, so they're conceding their pars. Joe actually is going to get the lone birdie after being really upset with his drive because he thought he had himself pinched off in that tree where he wasn't going to have a look. So it's funny sometimes when that happens. You walk up and it's a lot better than you thought it was.
I'm sure he's going to be happy with that result. Two pars, a birdie, and a bogey on that hole.
All right, we move on to hole number 10. Hole 10, you really want to use that blue sign that you see from the tee box as your aiming point. You can throw a big hyzer, you can throw a flick. There's a million ways to get to the basket. The only thing you don't want to do is go long, and it's very easy to get some bad rollaways on this hole. I saw people rolling 200 feet down the hill away from the basket. Joe a little bit right. I don't know if he's going to have a...
Hard to tell what happened there.
Yeah, he's not satisfied with the way that he's throwing. Hopefully that ends up as good as the last one did, and he'll have a putt. The Eagle is throwing an MD5.
Yeah, I was just going to say that looks like his MD5.
That is a long distance for an MD5. And he went long.
Looks like he's going to have a clean up shot at it, though. Clean putt.
And Kyle giving it a good rip, good angle.
This looks good.
Oh, get out of here.
That's better than good, Steve.
That is a hole-in-one. What an amazing ace. That came in the backside of the basket. Wow. I can't believe we just saw that.
That was unbelievable.
Now Tyler's got to step up and throw after that.
Yeah. How do you follow that up?
Yeah, you can't. But you can see how deep Eagle went with his MD5, and now he's trying to pitch back up that hill. It's such a steep hill. Oh, man, what a cool look.
Tyler looked like he really wanted to give that a good run.
He had that framed up. It looked awesome. And Joe, again, he spit through the woods exactly the way he needed to, and look at where he ended up. So,
not happy with the way his throws are going.
And the result is excellent. He's getting his birdies where he thinks he's not going to be getting his birdies. So maybe Joe just needs to keep throwing bad shots, and he's going to get his birdies the rest of the round.
It seems to be that way.
All right.
2 pars, a birdie, and an ace.
Unreal. Now, this is where things get tricky. Hole number 11, 465 feet. This green is intense. If you end up going too far past the basket, it slopes extreme downhill. You can find yourself 300 feet away from this basket very easily. Kyle with the ace gets to go first, and what a fantastic shot. It's so hard to do that.
It's such a great feeling to throw a good shot after getting a hole-in-one.
You got the wind pumping, and Joe is really playing that hillside. We'll see if he gets action off the rocks, and he does. He's not going to get the birdie. He's going to have to lay that up. Eagle deciding to take a different route than he did in round 1 and went over everything. Oh, no.
That looks...
It's on the slope on the right, and it's hard to find footing where he is.
This is turned.
Yeah, no. It's just so difficult to play it from down there. Oh, he left it too far. If he gets some action and rolls to the basket, he'll be happy.
Yes.
All right. There's Joe laying his shot up. We knew he was going to have to lay that up. You can see from the slope and the green that there's no way that you're running this unless you're inside the circle. You just can't do it.
Tyler's just going to lay up, too.
Kyle has a really good opportunity for birdie. And he got Aspen. Just can't get it high enough.
Eagle with the big hyzer.
Yeah.
In for the birdie.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, anything could have happened when he hit the ground on that slope. It could have rolled down. It could have done a million things. Thank God it stayed right there for the birdie. And Joe ended up getting his birdie too. Now, there is a battle.
I think that was a par for Joe, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a par.
He laid up.
It was a par. You're right. So that's going to do it for our first 9 of the second round. Mike, thanks for joining me in commentary.
It was my pleasure.
We're going to be back with the second half of this. We want to give a big thanks to Discmania, the Aspen staff for hosting us, and boy, we look forward to some action here on the back 9.
Yeah, we'll see you on the back.